What do you suggest? Like companies should start skill intelligence from inside, or they have to look outside for skill intelligence? I think when you've understood what is skill intelligence, this question actually brings me to a thought of a very important piece that is happening today in the industry, right? Internal mobility. Larger organizations are looking at things inwards to see how they can leverage, and that's quite a reasonable growth lever as well. Ideally speaking, if you ask a CEO what are the top three levers of growth, I can tell you that talent hardly shows up amongst the top three levers of growth. But talent mobilization will definitely and always will impact growth horizontally and vertically as well. So internal mobility, if you ask me, when you ask me look inside or outside, so within an organization, internal mobility is, I would say, an essential talent arbitrage. So you're maximizing what you already have instead of buying at typical retail prices outside with a 40% markup and various other things. It's cheaper. It's cheaper if you ask me in very basic terms. It's cheaper and it's for various reasons. So, for example, when you hire someone from outside instead of internal mobility will help you remove that onboarding mismatch, right? Your culture is already known to the organization, to the employee who's moving into that role. Your time to productivity, very important in today's day and age, right? Time to deployment, time to productivity, whatever you call it, right? So they know how to manage and operate in your already working system because you're already a part of the system, right? And there is another piece that is fairly important in certain industries is you retain the institutional knowledge instead of leaking it to your competitors. Today, if somebody moves, especially in the industry of learning solutions where I come from predominantly, if somebody moves from one company A to company B, which is a competitor, you ideally have this challenge of a lot of information leakage and various things in terms of strategy and things like that. So I'm not saying everyone, but in general, that can happen through general conversations and all. So the irony is that internal mobility typically happens. It's happening and it's happening informally, right? Today, it's happening in all organizations. It's not that it's not happening, but it's very informal today. Someone needs to be visible, someone needs to be politically connected, or they need to be at the right meeting to be considered, viable for an internal mobility position and things like that. So with skill intelligence, typically, and I'm relating it back to what we spoke about earlier, mobility becomes systematic rather than just a norm. So that is something which internal mobility impacts, and definitely it has an impact on the business. It has an impact on your revenue and various other things as well.